right, what up? What up? Here's another trading recap for this week. Probably a very bad week. The worst week since I've started trading. I'm only about $103 off my high, which isn't bad. I've had worse drawdowns than 103, and so I can easily make this back as long as I come back next week starting strong and slowly making my money back. I think I just need to rebuild some confidence because this week was just terrible. I'll go through my P&L from the week. So we have on Monday $19 loss. I have notes here that I was down 39, got back to -8, and then I took one more trade on WHLM, which put me down 19. But WHLM, I think that was a good trade if I recall. It was a very good risk reward. It just didn't work. So they got me down 19. And then on Tuesday, down 11. And on Wednesday, I had a profit of $3. And on Thursday, down 13. So that puts me down maybe 30, 27, $40. And then on Friday, I finished down $63. So that puts me right around $103 of a drawdown just this week. For a full week of shitty trading, that isn't bad. That's actually, I would say, pretty good risk management, other than this one trade here on eBet. This thing, I gave $50 on this trade here. Right into the open. This is my worst trade. Right here in the open. Took this trade here. The dip. I wanted the dip and the rip setup. High volume. This candle had lower volume than this candle. This candle ripped up in 1 minute. I bought on the high 50. I was in at 53.30, and immediately it flushed. I thought, but I was holding on this candle here because I thought it was just gonna quickly get bought up and rip higher, but that wasn't the case. I was in maybe with 10 shares here, 53, and it dipped all the way down, and I eventually stopped out down here at 49.50. So that's minus $5 a share, about $5 a share. And I thought here, I was like, if it was gonna rip, it was gonna rip. It pulled back a little bit too far for it to rip. So I stopped out. Well, I exited the trade for a $50 loss here, and then I got back in for a dip. For a bounce off the support here. Let's look at the 5-day chart. I saw the trend here. Honestly, this probably wasn't even significant support enough for it to bounce, which it really wasn't. And I got in here at 40, and it dipped down lower. I think I held, and then on this candle here, I took 5 off for a small loss just to cover my ass. And then it ended up going a little higher, so it was pretty much a break-even trade. And MTSI, this was another one, or MTSL, sorry, MTSL. This was another one. I'm used to the dip and the retest of the pre-market open, or the pre-market high and open price. So after this candle flushed, I bought the dip down here, and I thought it was going to rip back up and retest this level before flushing. Never happened, which I was used to this setup. happening on almost every stock the past 2 months, and I was making really good money on this dip. Had support here. I thought it was going to dip and then retest on high volume, at least retest, and then fade. But it just didn't really do it. I mean, it kind of did here, but it flushed so fast. I bought here, and I think I stopped out down here. And then I think I added into this, and then I fucking took a small profit. I don't know. It was ugly though. I was in like 600 shares down here. Terrible. So much risk. And that put me down another $20. I thought it was gonna bounce here and come back up, but look at this fucking candles, man. Flush, breakout flush, breakout flush. And I couldn't even go short on this. Couldn't even go short because it was not available to borrow on Thinkorswim. So there was that. EFOI, I didn't really trade this. Very choppy. I wanted to hit this, but it was only a 2 candle move, and then it flushed. I thought this thing was gonna rip all the way up and go through the high, but it didn't end up happening. I was planning on actually buying the first pullback, but good thank God I didn't, because that would have been a hard pullback. And that's really it. I mean, that put me down 63, and I was pretty much done. I've already accepted my loss, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting back from this today. And I was like super stressed. But E-bond was a good stock to trade today. I didn't really trade it at all. I was just drawing some support and resistance, but nothing really stuck, man. I mean, I didn't trade this. I thought the float was too high. I didn't think it was gonna make any moves. I mean, here's a little choppy. It's kind of hard to get that move. We got like a false breakout here, a false breakout here. It dipped below. This is a short trap. Ripped back up and then broke through the high, false breakout, and then it finally went on the 1, 2, 3, 4th, 5th, on the 5th try of breaking through that resistance. It finally went. That's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And on the way up, it was kind of choppy here. Broke a new high, rejected, broke a new high, dipped, broke a new high, dipped, broke a new high, dipped. It wasn't really a clean, just like a setup. It was so choppy. And I saw this falling wedge here. I wanted to trade it, but I mean, it really didn't give me that much of a reward, only about 10 cents if I would have got in. Trading's tough, man. I mean, this was a good setup here. Now looking at it, let's clear this. Wait, hold up. Let's pull it from here. So, I mean, you have lower high, lower high, lower high, and lower lows, lower low, and then on the break of this trend here, you already got a nice 40 cent, max 40 cent profit if you got the bottom and the top. But you probably could have, I mean, even if you held this to the retest of VWAP, that would have been 10 cents. I mean, 10 cents. You'd have to take a couple hundred shares to make a decent profit, which, I mean, I guess I could do that since I'm on margin now. But shit's tough, man. That shit's tough. I feel like I've been doing this actively for a year. Every day, I haven't missed a day of researching and practicing. I still feel like I don't know anything. I feel like nothing is really sticking. I thought maybe I'm just trading the wrong vehicle. Maybe small caps isn't what I should be trading. So I looked into futures. Futures seems cool, but the commissions on Thinkorswim are just so big. Like I'm paying $225 per side on a futures contract. Plus, then you have regulatory fees, which people say it's about like $1.25 on top. So that's about almost a $7 commission per round trip trade on a futures contract, and that is too much for me because one pip you make $12.50 per pip or per tick. Sorry, a tick would be what, 25 cents, $12.50 per 25 cents per point. You'd make $50. I feel like I would be the commissions would eat me alive in futures trading. I mean, I've been making money in small caps, but it's only been a week that I've been having a very bad experience with trading this small caps just because maybe they're just not moving how they were moving. Everything's been changing, the market changed, and now I have to learn to adapt. Maybe when small caps are moving like this, when they're slower and not really having as much momentum, maybe I should be trading larger caps. Maybe I should dabble into that. Still no commissions. However, they move slower. I have to be a little bit more patient and have a little bit more wider stops when trading large caps like Tesla or Apple or Microsoft or whatever the fuck. I could also short those. A lot of those are easier to short on Thinkorswim, so maybe I should dabble into that when the small caps aren't doing too hot. I've also looked into Forex, but the Forex, even though there's no commission on Forex, the spread is a lot bigger, is very big on the currencies, to where it'd be hard to make money because Thinkorswim doesn't give you the best fills, and you need a shit ton of margin first of all to make money. I think it's like 10,000 lots, 10,000 share lots trading Forex. And I don't know if that's for me. We can look at, let's look at the US dollar, the pound and the US dollar. Okay, that looks, I mean, I don't know. I have no experience with this. I don't think I would like this because the spreads are different. And you know, I've been successful at trading small cap stocks, so there's no reason why I should move away from it or move away from small cap stocks because I have already so much experience. I've been doing small caps for already a year, and for me to give up on small cap stocks, which I know I can make money, I just need more experience, and I just should learn to master one thing instead of, you know, dabbling in small caps and then now I'm going to move to futures or Forex and do that for a year and having a decent experience then in Forex, but with neither disciplines being mastered. I think I should focus on one discipline or one type of stock, like small caps or futures or Forex, and learning to become a master of one of them. I think small caps, I can totally make money. I've been making money for a couple months. I think the problem right now is my confidence has gone down since I took out a week of losses. And I think I just need to downsize again and until I develop a bit more confidence to go bigger size and adapt to the market. I have to give myself time to adapt to this different market. And, you know, if I can't adapt, part of my adaptation may be moving to trading Tesla. Tesla is very liquid. It's always moving. People are always trading this, and has a decent range throughout the day. I mean, this is a $20 range. Even if I trade 10 shares, I can trade 10 shares, 5 or 10 shares, and I can still make 20, $30 a day. Or if, to develop my confidence, I can start with 2 or 3 shares and then eventually go up to 10 shares and maybe 20 shares, and I can be making a decent profit trading Tesla. I just have to be more patient with these large cap stocks because there's not as many big moves throughout the day. See here, you had a nice move on Tesla. Here's an Apple on Tesla. You had a big move here, but it only happens maybe once a day or twice a day. Instead of small caps, could be many big moves throughout the day, or just one entire big move. But then also, this gives you an opportunity here to trade ranges. See this, you could trade the range here of the support. Here you could trade this range of the higher lows and sell into the pops here, which it seems like people were doing. I just have to dabble. Maybe I should start dabbling in some large caps. I think that's what I'm going to do when the small cap sector is just very low volume. So I think that's how I'm going to adapt. But next week I got to come in and downsize to where it doesn't really matter if I make or lose money. I mean, this week I took a loss to where it pulled me under the PDT. I was under 25,000, so I had to deposit some more money, like an extra $50 to pull me over that 25,000 mark. So I think next week the game plan is downsizing back down to 5 or 10 shares and developing my confidence and building a little bit more of a cushion between me and that 25,000 mark, so I can then start risking more and building my account away from that $25,000 level, because right now it's very stressful because every time I lose money, I'm going to have to keep depositing more money, and that's just taken away from the money I have to pay for rent and expenses and stuff. So my next step here is to downsize and create a little bit of a cushion between the 25,000 mark, and then I can risk a little bit more. I can afford more of a risk because I have a bigger cushion between me and the 25 grand. So that's the game plan then for next week. Today was a rough. So I mean, if next week is the same in the small caps and nothing's really moving, or it's very hard to find opportunities, then I'm gonna have to start trading Tesla. Or Tesla seems like it's a really good stock to trade. Apple seems like a little bit smaller of a range. Yeah, it doesn't even move barely $1. BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond, was when I was trading. I mean, it was only $1. What else? About Alcoa, not really. Or like GameStop. I mean, it could still scalp GameStop. It still moves a couple bucks. What about AMC? It could still trade. So there's still opportunity out there in different stocks that aren't small caps. So I'll have to look into that. Even eBond was a larger stock and it still moved. I could still make money on that. So I'll just have to, I mean, I was sticking for the past few months with just really small, low float stocks and small caps. And I have to now broaden my range of stocks that I can trade. So when one certain type of stock does not perform how I want to, and the market's just not aligned for that type of stock to provide opportunities, then I can broaden my range of stocks to trade to make money, to profit, and not have to stretch through a huge long drawdown because the only type of stock that I'm good at trading is not performing. So maybe this is a good thing. This week was good, looking at the glass half full, that it providing me obviously to be more humble and then also to learn to broaden my range of stocks to trade, so I'm not just limited to a certain small amount of opportunities in the market. Then also, I mean, without this loss, I wouldn't learn how to dial it back and trade smaller size and be comfortable just taking my foot off the gas pedal and focusing more on the process instead of just the profits. So I'm looking forward to that next week. Also, I am upgrading my trading features on Thinkorswim, so then you'll be able to see the trades on the charts, my past trades on the charts, instead of me having to read it from my account statement. So that will be nice. That should be approved by Monday. And then also, I did try to get approved for the options on Thinkorswim and futures and Forex, but I don't think I'm going to be using that just because I don't feel gravitated toward Forex or futures, at least as of right now. I think I'm going to stick to stocks, but broaden the range of stocks to trade. So that's that, and I'm excited for next week, and I will see you guys on Monday's trading recap, hopefully a green day. All right, peace. Also, please like, comment down below, and subscribe. Thank you.